Hello, welcome to Design Time. I'm Jackie Lacey. Today we're going to give you a special treat because we're actually setting up an event in one of our local flower shops that's hosting a wedding trend program tonight. I've got our students from Floriology are here finishing up their week of training, and their final project is actually to set up on site. Part of that was the process of packing up, delivering, setting up in a venue that you're not used to. All of you watching probably are very familiar with that, and it's part of the process that we try to teach during our Wedding, Bliss, and Special Event course at Floriology. So we wanted to just sort of look at what's going on, talk a little bit about the various tables that we're seeing and the trends that we're seeing in the market. One of the things that we're seeing is that big, bold color is starting to take place where some of those more pastels and lighter colors were prevalent over the last couple of years. Green is a great pair with the color of the year, which is purple. And if we look at the way that they work together, they really play off of each other. Green is a natural color that we see on almost every floral product. So pairing it with just about every color is going to be a great combination. But with the purples and the various lavenders, it just really pops. Then when you place that on linens like we have here that are white and black, it really makes the color look even bolder and really actually just comes right off of the table. They're trying to finish up their setup. One of the things that they've done is adding flowers to the napkin rings. It's a great way to extend that color around the peripheral edge of the table and bring a little bit more life into what's going on. And you'll always see the wedding guests taking those off and probably wearing them as bracelets, earrings, necklaces, adorning their wardrobe with it during the night, because we all know how wedding guests love to start to experiment. We're going to step over to one of the other tables so that we can see a different colorway. We're going to look at the blush and champagne colors that are also really popular. If we look at this one, which has a little more of a blush gold, not quite as brassy on the tabletop, paired with those beautiful flesh-colored roses that are really popular right now. Seeing that with the deep, dark, rich burgundies and reds really make the life of that come alive. They've embedded some of the white hydrangea in a little bit closer just to make the color stand out even more, and also to help bring in the ivory. Because this is for a wedding, you want to make sure that it's elegant, that it's rich, and that it also really shows the colors of today's trends. Another one of the things that we're looking at and we're actually doing here today is we're dressing up what we call stair points. As we go up the stairs, picking one or two spots that really catch your eye as you walk up is a great way to dress the stairs up without totally blowing the budget. Be cautious about putting too much product on top of the handrails, because you want to make sure that as your wedding guests come up, they have access to the handrail and that they can steady themselves so that we don't have any accidents. As we get up to the very top of the steps, you don't need quite as much, so it can kind of help massage the budget by putting something smaller at the beginning and the end, and then do something larger in the middle, because it tricks the eye into seeing something that's completely dressed out. Bevy of activity up here with everyone finishing their tables and their setups in the wedding room. We have a mixture of permanent flowers, and now we're bringing in some of the fresh pieces that are going to bring that out, so that when we have all of our guests in place tonight, they can see how easily permanent flowers work with the fresh decor added in. And a lot of times people can't even tell the difference. So it may help extend your budget by being able to offer some permanents that you can pick back up at the end of the event with your rentals, because having rentals on the tabletop, as you can see, are going to make a bigger presence. They're going to give you the option of dressing up the rest of the table. And it's a great way to really expand your income from that wedding by being able to rent those pieces time and time again. Linens to the floor could not be more important. If you've got an overlay and have the budget for that, that's great. But if you don't, at least do something to the floor, because it separates or it makes the difference between a picnic and an elegant event. You want to make sure that you're not looking at the bare table legs, especially when people walk in. When it comes to chair decor, one of the things that I highly recommend is using something like this, which is a Fitz product. It's called a chair band. It slips right down over the chair very quickly, rather than trying to use a chair sash or a chair tie that has to be tied into a bow. If you have 300-400 chairs, that's going to take a lot of time to be able to add to, where very easily and quickly we can see how fast a chair band can be added on. It adds that little bit of sparkle. Again, this is a Fitz product, which comes in a variety of colors. It has that little bit of bling bling that's on the back of it, so that it brings in some of that silver tones. It also can bring in a gold tone depending on what you're looking for, and adds that extra layer of elegance to a special event. As we look at one of the other colorways that's really popular right now, black and white is one of those color groups that is always going to be popular. Adding in a little bit of bling will bring in that little bit of sparkle, dress it right up. They've decided to keep the centerpiece low here, which is a great idea for a family style table. Remember, at a family style table, you can speak to the 2 people on either side of you and the 3 people across from you. So you actually get the opportunity to talk to more people than sitting at a round table. Emily Post always says that you shouldn't talk across a 60 or 72-inch table, because that's rude. So if you want to be able to converse with everyone, maybe go to some of the family tables as opposed to the round tables and be able to converse all night long. One of the other colors that we've seen incredibly popular over the last few years is blue. Blue is sort of that stabilizing color. Here we see it paired with the beautiful yellow of the sunset. They're looking at the cloud colors. Then we've brought in an incredible yellow that just bump it up because it's a complementary colorway. This is also a very economical table. They have done a great job at pairing some of the smaller pieces that make it look like they've got a lot more floral product on the table than they actually do. It's going to give you a bigger bang for your buck and really please that bride and groom or that wedding couple with the way they've accented all of the colors. I also want to point out this table that Anthony Swick put together. It's a great way to bring in all of that lustrous feeling from the forest. We've got a lot of natural rough textures in here with some of the wood pieces that we've added. Isn't it great seeing that copper paired with the dark, deep eggplant color, because they play off of each other, even lighten up that dark, rich color. And again, by adding the green and purple together, it really makes both colors pop. When you're looking at today's trends and working with your couples that are getting ready to have a wedding, make sure that you show them that you're professional by knowing what your color groups are, what's trending on Pinterest, Facebook, and all those other wedding sites and social media locations, so that you too can give them some ideas on really what they're looking for and how to make their event that special night. Remember, it's not a do-over. It's a one-time thing, and you want to make it the best you possibly can. Thanks so much for joining us, and join us again next time for Design Time. If you enjoyed the video you just saw and you want more Floriology, be sure and click the button and subscribe to our other videos.